What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Flex podcast from the Action Network and Fantasy Labs. I am your host, Chris Raybon. It's NFL Week 2. We're talking DFS, cash games on this episode. And as always, I'm joined by one of the most accurate rankers in the game, the odds maker, Sean Koerner. Sean, we had a very good Draftkings lineup, a pretty solid Fanduel lineup last week. How you feeling?
Yeah, very good, and I was impressed. We were able to put both, solid cash game lineups on a Thursday, a few days before the actual slate, and we were texting each other. What was it, Friday? Christian McCaffrey popped up on the injury report.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
we had him in both lineups, I believe. So classic Week 1. McCaffrey, Shanahan shenanigans, but luckily he looked great. He played and looked great. And Ibuka, I believe, was on both lineups as well. Absolutely destroyed it. So hopefully we could keep it going here for Week 2.
Yeah, 144.8 on DK, 108.7 on FanDuel. And yeah, Ibuka is the high scorer on both. But JSN, we had 3 23-point scorers on DraftKings: Ibuka, JSN, and McCaffrey. And then Ibuka was our lone 20-point scorer on FanDuel, but we also had McCaffrey there as well. Let's get into it for week number 2. Again, we'll build a DraftKings cash lineup, and then we'll build a FanDuel cash lineup. Just a reminder, all of our fantasy football content, DFS content, available now over at fantasylabs.com. You can find all of our rankings, projections, DFS models, and more at fantasylabs.com. And be sure to check out the Fantasy Labs app as well. You can use promo code FLEX20 for $20 off an annual NFL sub. Again, that's FLEX20 at fantasylabs.com. Also, quickly, Action is relaunching the Favorites podcast with my guy Stuckey, who you likely know if you're familiar with me in the Action Network podcast or the Big Bets on Campus pod. He'll be joined by co-host Brandon Kravitz and Kendra Middleton. New episodes of the Favorites, talking all things NFL, will be available every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So go check it out. Subscribe. Their first episode is available now. It is a good one. And into our episode here of the Fantasy Flex Week 2. Let's start on DraftKings. I think you went first, I want to say, last time on DraftKings. So I'll start us off here. Let's go. Who do I want to get out of the way here?
There's a handful of guys that are sticking out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're not facing each other. Like we could actually.
No. Yeah, it's just, usually I try to go with one of the onesie positions, maybe defense if I can. But I'm going to start it out here with, let's do it a little different. Let's go with a stud and go backwards, because last week I felt like we were going low first and then trying to get up to enough money. So let's start it right off the bat with Christian McCaffrey, who I think is way underpriced, at 7,500 on DraftKings. I believe he's both of our RB1s on the week. So yeah, CMC 7,500 at New Orleans for a Niner team that might be without Purdy, definitely without Kittle. Jennings also left the game, so got to see about him as well. So yeah, CMC. That leaves us still 42.5 for our other 8. Where are you going?
I like that idea to just start spending up a bit. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a wide receiver. Let's go JSN 6K. He's not even that. He should be more, is what I'm trying to say. So just, what was it? A 57% target rate. DK's a full PPR. I think he is a must in like cash game format. Super high floor. So yeah, JSN at 6K.
Let's go Sam Laporta at tight end at 4,800. There's only two ways you could go at tight end, but I think Laporta, it's Laporta or Fannin for me at 3,100. But given that Laporta is like a top 3 tight end and he's still under 5K, I'll take that all day. So we'll go with him. And that leaves us, let's see, 52.83 average between 6 players, quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, flex, and a defense.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go with Fannin there. Both seem like good plays, but Fannin's 3,100. And maybe not for cash games. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for GPPs a little bit. I'm sure it'll be popular in cash games, but with in situations like this, I just like to go with the like when I could get like a top 3 option undervalued. That's when I like to kind of, because he's still under 5K. So, but I don't mind.
Tight end. Yeah, tight end's kind of wide open. Wouldn't spend 4,400 on Dave and Joker right now. I'll tell you that. But Trey McBride at 6K on this week might be worth every penny. We'll see. But yeah, I like getting Laporta there. So that knocks out tight end. Let's just do defense real quick. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Rams at 3,100. We're both we both have them inside our top 2.
Yep.
I just think they're a very high floor and high ceiling type play this week. So I'd take them in cash, GPPs. I don't really care if they're chalky. I don't think they'll be chalky, but definitely like the Rams here at 3,100.
All right. So that gives us 57.20 average for quarterback, running back, and 2 wide receivers. And a flex. Let's go Justin Fields, 5,700 quarterback. Nice. Get that out of the way. Top 8 quarterback this week against Buffalo. We saw Lamar Jackson put up big numbers on him, and could be best Field I've seen Fields look. And I think he had kind of got more both with his arm and his legs than he got against Pittsburgh. But that was a very good defense that he put up. Showed out well against. And I think this Buffalo defense might take a little while to kind of come together. They drafted all those pieces up front, and still issues, I think, it's safety, linebacker, corner. So, Justin Fields, 5,700. That gives us, let's see, that was right about the average of all our players. So that's, that was 57.25 average for the running back, 2 wide outs, and a flex.
All right. Quarterback, I was going to go with Fields there. You have Lawrence, May, Caleb, Tua kind of stick out, but Fields I'd say has the highest floor. He's the guy that I would trust the most in cash. Let's go with another receiver here. Let's go. This guy's probably going to be a free square this week, but Hollywood Brown at 5,200. Just with this role, whether Worthy's in or out, I think he should be in play at 5,200. But let's go with Hollywood.
Yeah, because Worthy playing a week after dislocating his shoulder. Even if he does play, I think he might be more of a decoy. Brown could kind of fit that role, or he can play the Rashee Rice role. But either way, I think he's going to have a high volume role, because I don't know if Kelsey is a high volume guy necessarily anymore. He got free on that kind of busted coverage for the touchdown, but you can't count on that every week. But not like a ton of catches or anything like that. And the other guys on that roster, like Thornton's a deep threat. Juju's more of a run blocker. He'll catch a few balls over the middle, but nothing crazy. So I think Brown, he's going to have to catch a lot of balls for them. All right, that's running back, wide receiver, and a flex left over, and we have exactly 5,900 per player left. Let's go with Tony Pollard at exactly 5,900. I know we have the Rams D, but Pollard played 90% of the snaps. So that's even though he's a road or even though he's a home dog here, I think 90% snap rate, that's top of the line RB1 type usage. And this is not the Denver defense, and you're at home. So I think Pollard is undervalued. Not usually the type of back playing a cash game like a home dog, but 90% snap rate is really hard to beat. All right, so we got 2 spots left, and still got that 5,900 average for wide receiver flex.
You could actually use Fannin Jr. in the flex. Rare time. You could really go 2 tight ends. We were at 8,700, so doesn't work with this lineup, but his point projection is definitely still worth it at 3,100. So, like some of these like cheaper receivers I'm looking at, like Calvin really sticks out, but he's not really a cash game guy. Tet at 5,400, I think, is sticking out. I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
I
a
thought
cash game guy yet because he's
would
still going to
you go with
rely on.
him, Jerry Judy, or Keon Coleman? Coleman worries me a little bit just because of the
Yeah.
sauce. But I mean, at the same time, I do think his projection, is like from a point per dollar still. Ridley the fact that he had so few yards worries me. We just don't know
Yeah.
much
No.
about Cam Ward yet. Olave
Yeah.
is interesting because but they threw so much. Do they continue to do that?
I'm going to go with.
Pearsall.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, where do you have him? Do you have Jennings like 100% in right now, or like how are you handling
Like
that?
2/3, like kind of the same as week one. But we do
Yeah.
have McCaffrey. That's something to keep in mind.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. I love Pearsall this week, especially, if Jennings is out too with Kittle already out. I'm going to go Tet here. I just think at 5,400, he is more of a contested catch guy, but he's going to still get a ton of targets. I think with Thielen gone and Koerner out for now, I think he's still cash game worthy, despite his playing style. And yeah, 5,400, I think that's, great price for him. And we have 6,400. So you have plenty of guys to work with, at running back or, wide receiver, even, I don't know, McBride, but yeah, got a lot of options.
So I think if we got 6,400 or less. James Cook we don't want. He's at 6,400. I think he's just because of the kind of three-way committee. Tyreek we definitely don't want. Zay Flowers in a DPP I think I would go with. But I think for cash we're looking at either Kyron or Brees or Kamara, and I think Kyron he played 86% of the snaps or something like that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think he still has to be the play.
Yeah,
it's always unsexy, but he's always
I think
there.
Yeah, I think he's the play. I think like T. Higgins would be another good option, but it's always tricky with him. But just think about the fact that we have Kyron and the Rams defense and Pollard. That's like it's kind of a weird reverse correlation, but I think that just gives us a really high floor because Pollard's playing every snap, Kyron's playing every snap. Game script probably doesn't matter anyway, and we have Rams defense. I think our team just has a really high floor, which what you want in cash games.
Yeah, I don't mind Kyron. I don't mind the reverse running back stack in cash games. I think in tournaments I might actually shy away from it a little more.
Exactly.
But Kyron's underpriced. I know he's not a super PPR guy, but 6,300. I mean, he's barely priced above Pollard, and who I also think is undervalued. So yeah, I think we're going to do it like that. That gives us. I mean, Brees is another option, but I think we want to probably see it just for another week, just because they were talking about all that committee stuff all off season and whatnot. So yeah, Kyron 6,300. That leaves us 100 left over. That's fine in cash games. In GPP, sometimes you try to get even more just to get a little more unique. But it's going to be Justin Fields at 5,700 at quarterback for our DraftKings cash lineup here on the Fantasy Flex. Tony Pollard 5,900 at running back, hosting the Rams. Christian McCaffrey, 7,500 at the Saints at our other running back slot. And we also got Kyron Williams, a running back in the flex at 6,300 at the Titans. Our wide receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, yet again. He rose 200 in price up to 6K even. We'll have him against the Steelers with Hollywood Brown at 5,200 underpriced going up against the Eagles. And then Tet McMillan at 5,400. Panthers facing the Cardinals. Sam Laporta, 4,800, top 3 tight end for this week. And the Rams defense at the Titans at 3,100. 49.90 in total. And see if we can hit another 145 point lineup like we did last week. But we'll jump to FanDuel next. Just a reminder, with the NFL season here, you can get the most out of the award-winning Action Network app by being a pro subscriber. Only pro subscribers get real-time pick alerts from experts like Sean Koerner, Stuckey, Nick Giffen, Brandon Anderson, myself, the entire Action Network team, Joe Gallant. Plus, you can access our pro projections powered by Koerner and our whole predictive analytics team. To celebrate the NFL's return, we've got a special offer. Just go to actionnetwork.com/pro, and you can get $20 off the annual price with the promo code POD20. That's POD20 when you go to actionnetwork.com/pro. So don't miss out. Best bets, best prices, actionnetwork.com/pro with promo code POD20. All right, FanDuel, still solid last week. The cash line wasn't too high, but we got 109, so should have been above. Should have got above 500 in most contests. Burrow killed us a little bit with the 8.8 last week, and Brian Thomas Jr. the 8.5, and London should have had more, but got knocked out of the game. But overall, decent. Let's run it back, see if we can do even better this week. Sean, I'll let you go first on this one. Where are you going?
All right, I think I'm going to go with sort of a mid-range price running back that we got on our DK lineup. Tony Pollard, 5,900. Especially, like a half PPR site like FanDuel. I think he gets even more of a boost. But like you said, he's playing pretty much every snap. He's got one of the highest floors possible because of that. So at 5,900 on FanDuel, I think, he's a must play in cash right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's way too cheap just for the snap rate. And we've already seen this last year. He was a surprise kind of fantasy stud with Tajay Spears injured, and that's what's going on once again. So I'll take that all day, even with him being an underdog at home against the Rams. All right, let's see. I'll go. Quarterback's actually tough.
I was going to let you handle that. Because Fields is priced up on FanDuel. He's less of a play there. And you got Trevor Lawrence sticking out like a sore thumb. Purdy and May, but can't trust Purdy right now because he might not play. And May, I don't know what to think of that. But do we spend up at quarterback? What are you thinking there?
Yeah, I think so. I think actually, let's go Jalen Hurts at 8,300. At FanDuel, unless there's like a smash, scrambling quarterback, which Daniel Jones tough matchup, Nick's tough matchup. You mentioned Fields. I think May tough matchup. Fields is priced up. Murray kind of in that middle tier where I'd rather just 7,700 for Murray. I might as well just spend the extra 600 on Hurts. And I mean, unless you want to, we can go Lamar too. You want to go Hurts at 83 or Lamar at 85? What do you think?
I think Hurts has the higher floor. Just Lamar worries me because Derrick Henry 3 rushing touchdowns and boom,
right.
he's done. So that's obviously Lamar has a high floor, but you kind of need the Browns to keep up with them, and you need Henry. Henry's going to be so pissed after that fumble. They're probably going to just let him go apeshit. But I think Hurts is a great play. The Chiefs defense looked just off last week. So I think he has a good game here. And I think in a cash game, I would lean Hurts.
All right, let's do it. So we got Hurts at 8,300 and Pollard at 5,900. Hold on. So we got about 65-40 for our remaining 7. Where you going?
I am going to go with a tight end here. Tyler Warren, 5,500. I think he sticks out there. I think Hunter Henry might be a solid option under 5K. You have your guy, Jake Tongas, 4,200, but he's probably a GPP and probably too chalky. But, he probably has a higher floor than people realize, especially if Jennings is out. Yeah, he could be in some builds, but I think Warren at 5,500, despite the tougher matchup, still think you got to go with him there.
Yeah, and that gives us about 6,700 for running back, our 3 wideouts, and our flex. Let's get defense out of the way again. Let's see. So we definitely don't want the Ravens at 5K. That's too much. The Rams are even at 4,500. So I think we got to go down a little bit more. Could do the Cowboys at 3,400. Could do the Cards at 3,900. I think one of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, you could punt with the Saints if Purdy's out. Like they're min price 3K at home against San Francisco against Mac Jones. They did get 8 points last week against the Cardinals. I mean, we could just punt with them anyway. You want to just do that and see how it goes, or you want to go?
We might want to know like if we need to do that. So I'm okay waiting, but yeah,
Okay.
I think that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, they priced up the good defenses enough to where you probably want to go a little bit cheaper. Where do you have like the Cowboys or the?
Yeah, they're kind of in a no man's land. Like I almost feel like I'd rather just get the Cards against the Panthers. That like the Giants. I don't know, Russ. I mean, I feel like the Panthers are more of a shit show.
Or
Because we might get Jackson darted like a quarter
exactly.
into
and screw us over.
For that, I'd rather just go with the Saints and punt it.
Or the
Mac
did
Jones,
you already talk about
the
the Lions at 3,800 against Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams revenge game?
I'm not trying to do that. I mean, that's
all right.
Yeah, that's too much to pay for. Like, just I don't know. I feel like it's got to be either Saints or Cardinals. So either we punt or just go 39, like mid range with the Cards.
Yeah, what would the price be? I lean Cardinals just because you just know Purdy's going to play, and then now we're stuck with the defense facing him. So I like it.
3,900 is fair for the Cards.
Yes. Yep. 7,300 remaining per player.
Yep. 7,280. Yep. All right, where are you going? We got running back in all three wide receiver spots the flex.
Well, let's start attacking wide receiver then. Jesus, Tet's sticking out again on Fanduel. Keon Coleman sticking out. Can't use him in cash. I don't think we can go there quite yet. Hollywood Brown's a bit pricey there, 6,500. Would you still use him there, even if Worthy somehow plays and let's say he's like close to 100%?
I mean, it would be. I think you don't have. I don't think he's like a must play. I don't think he's a terrible play. I think Brown would still be a kind of wide receiver two. But I mean, then at that point, wouldn't you probably want to just go Zay Flowers at what is he
63? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I have Brown. I have like I have their expected price, and he's about $300 more than expected. But I'm assuming Worthy is completely out. I have Zay Flowers $354 underpriced. So let's go with him. And that kind of cool, that kind of plays into the Lamar thing that I do think Lamar would be a good cash play, but just might get Derrick Henry'd out. But I think Flowers is probably the safer way to invest in the Ravens passing attack there. So I like it.
I mean, just because of the price. I mean, he's got a low floor, but I mean, all these receivers do at this point. It's not one of those weeks where, I mean, unless you were going just like wham. Yeah, like.
Well, he's Flowers is cheaper than Devonta Smith. How could you trust Devonta Smith in cash right now? So yeah.
No, he's definitely good value there. So let's see. We got Flowers at our first receiver spot. Let's go Puka. Let's go Puka at 8,400. we need to get some type of wide receiver floor ceiling combo here, just in case Flowers doesn't do it for us. So Puka's a guy I feel pretty good about against that Titans Titan secondary. I think he's a little bit safer than Amon-Ra and Neighbors and then Thomas. I mean, one catch. And like a lot of these other guys are just kind of in that top tier, had bad games. So it's down to Puka, Lamb, Chase, and Puka's the cheapest. So we'll go him, and we still have just over 7,200 for our last three. Running back, wide receiver, flex.
All right. I'm looking at these guys just under 6K, and the guy that I keep thinking has a high floor, even though we haven't seen him much, is Travis Hunter. 5,900 against Cincy. I'd rather
Isn't
have him on
Tet
a
cheaper
full.
than that though?
Huh?
Isn't Tet even cheaper though? Didn't you like Tet more than
Oh well, yeah. I love Tet. I might go with him again here, but Travis Hunter. I think he's a little bit pricier on DK. I just think FanDuel, despite it being half PPR, but I think we're going to be scheming up a shit ton of targets from this week. I think he has a higher floor than people think. And yeah, I already talked myself into thinking that Tet has a high floor right now because Thielen and Koerner aren't there. So yeah, he's $935 over expected. So let's go with him.
who, Tet or Hunter?
Tet. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not
so you
sticking
going
out
him
as
or Hunter?
much. I'm going Tet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking out loud. Another pivot potentially because we already used Tet. But it's kind of like Ibuka last week where he was just like sticking out like a sore thumb. Not to the same degree this week, but Tet is still sticking out like a sore thumb in both sites for me.
So that would leave us enough money to go Christian McCaffrey. So let's do that.
Yeah, might as well.
8,900, and we still got 7,100 for a flex.
So that's T. Higgins, Trey McBride, right?
Yep.
I think T in that case would be better because tight ends are priced up because of positional scarcity, but I have T like 2 points higher than him still. Plus, if this is half PPR, I think T would be better in a half PPR format because we don't know what we're going to get, but the running backs would be Kamara, James Cook, ETN.
I think
I'd say it's been
actually have Kamara over. I think I might. Let's see, Kamara. I'm looking at. Yeah, I have Kamara over Higgins by about a point.
Same. Right? And I think Kamara would be the safer. Obviously, for T. Higgins.
Yep.
I think he's a good like buy low in GPPs for sure. But I think when it comes to cash games, I was just gonna say I think Kamara is the way to go here. And we have McCaffrey and Kamara.
Yeah, because Cook is, you can't trust Cook just yet.
Well, yeah, that's true. And just the game script doesn't matter for either Kamara or McCaffrey. It could end up being a close game if Purdy's out, but like both backs have a high floor no matter the game script. So I kind of like that we have both in that game.
Yeah, no, that definitely. Yeah, Kamara sticks out. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So 7K for what is he? 71 or 7K.
So we have
7K, 100. Yep. And we got our lineup. Yeah, I like this one. This is a good one.
Yep.
Hurts at 8,300 against KC. Pollard at 5,900 against the Rams. McCaffrey at 8,900 against the Saints. Those are our two running backs. Also got a running back in the flex, Alvin Kamara, at 7K against the 49ers. And then our wide receivers are Puka Nacua at 8,400 against the Titans. Zay Flowers at 6,300, way underpriced against the Browns. And Tet at 5,700 against the Cardinals, also underpriced and good FanDuel type of play. Tyler Warren buying low on the top 5, already in our top 5 for tight ends, the rookie, and he's up against the Broncos. And then we got the Cards in our defense going up against Carolina. So little reverse correlation with Tet and the Cardinals, but don't mind it because I think the Cardinals are a top 4 value on the slate, and
Bryce Young throws up pick 6
his position. Yeah,
Bryce Young
exactly.
He's forcing it to Tet.
Here.
Pick 6. He's got to keep forcing it to Tet. Don't mind it at all.
Just like the Kamara, McCaffrey, like whoever's behind is just going to throw to their back even more, and whoever's ahead is probably riding.
Exactly.
McCaffrey, Kamara, they're back.
Exactly. So, yeah. This cash lineup is so good. Love it.
Yeah, and then Nacua scores every week, and Hurts scores every week. So yeah,
well,
hopefully
Puka can miss 3 drives and still drop 130 yards.
Exactly. So feel good about it. We will check in next week, see how we did, and build our lineups for week 3. But that's going to do it for our week 2 DFS preview episode here on the Fantasy Flex. Be sure to subscribe to the Fantasy Flex podcast wherever you get your pods so you do not miss an episode. We got our player projections episode that just dropped, and we have our waivers episode that dropped earlier in the week as well. Also have our touchdown show with Joe Gallant over on the Action Network podcast on Friday. So be sure to subscribe to that as well. Stuck and I will do the 6-pack on Wednesdays. And Stuck is on the relaunch of the Favorites podcast with Brandon Kravitz and Kendra Middleton. Episodes drop every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So check those out as well. You can find Koerner on X at @_oddsmaker. I'm at Chris Raybon. You can find us at those same handles on the free award-winning Action Network app. Also follow Playbook on X, and it will create bet slips for you. Just screenshot any bet you like in the Action app. Go download it. It's free. Until next time, let's get this money.